Look down at what you're wearing right now. Go on, I'll wait. Count the colors. If you counted more than 3, or if you counted 1, and I promise you it's almost always one of those two, then you have found the reason you look in the mirror some mornings and feel older than you did the day before. It is not the clothes. I have spent 3 decades dressing women over 60, and I can tell you the wardrobe is almost never the problem. It is the arithmetic. Today I'm giving you the Korean 3-color rule, the most useful thing I have ever learned about getting dressed, and the reason a Korean woman in her 60s can walk out of the house in a plain sweater and plain trousers and look like she costs money. I'm going to teach it to you in 7 pieces, starting at number 1 and building all the way to number 7, and every single one works with the clothes hanging in your closet tonight. Nothing to buy. Stay with me for number 4 especially, because number 4 is a 10-second test you can do at your kitchen sink that will tell you, once and for all, which colors were designed for your face and which ones have been quietly draining it for years. Almost no one in this country has ever heard of it. In Korea, women pay good money for it, and they consider it the foundation of everything. And near the end, I'll give you the 3 colors that break this rule on almost everyone, plus the one thing to do in a store before you ever take something to the fitting room. Before number 1, quickly. If you're new here, this is the channel where women over 60 learn to look sharper using what they already own. So tap subscribe now, because this is part of a Korean-style series I'm releasing over the next several weeks. And do me a favor in the comments, tell me the one color you reach for most often when you want to feel invisible. Be honest, I read every single comment, and that answer tells me more about what to film next than any analytics ever could. Now, let me name the thing we're fixing because it has a shape, and once you see it, you'll see it everywhere. I call it the fade uniform. Here's how it forms. Somewhere in your 50s, the messages arrive. Tone it down. Nothing too bright at your age. You can't wear that anymore. And so slowly a woman edits herself. Out go the corals, the greens, the blues she loved. In come black, navy, gray, and beige, worn head to toe, top to bottom, one flat wash of color from the collar to the shoe. It's safe, it's tidy, it's respectable, and it is the single most aging thing hanging in most closets in America. Now here's the piece almost nobody explains properly. A fade uniform ages you for 2 completely separate reasons, and you have to fix both. The first is contrast. When your entire outfit is one value, one flat tone with nothing to break it, your body reads as a single block, and blocks are heavy. There's no line for the eye to follow, nothing that says here is the waist, here is the shoulder, here is the vertical. The second reason is far more important, and it's the one that touches your actual face. Whatever color sits at your collarbone is being reflected upward onto your skin all day long. Every single day. It behaves like the reflector a photographer holds under a model's chin. The right color bounces warmth and light up into your face and softens everything it touches. The wrong one bounces a gray or yellow cast up under your jaw and into the hollows of your eyes. And it will make you look tired in a photograph no matter how well you slept. Same face, same skin, different reflector. This is exactly where Korea is decades ahead of us. And I say that as someone who sat through a personal color diagnosis in Seoul myself, in a small studio, in a chair, with a mirror and a stack of fabric. In Korea, it's called Pyoseonial Kyeolyo, personal color, and it is not a magazine quiz. It is a whole industry. Consultants drape fabric under your chin, one shade at a time, and watch what happens to your skin. They'll tell you whether you're a warm tone or a cool tone. The words are Wempton and Colton, and women there shop by that answer for the rest of their lives. Now, put those 2 ideas together, contrast that gives your body shape and a collarbone color that gives your face light, and you have the 3-color rule. Let's build it. Rule number 1, 3 colors. Not 2, not 5, 3. This is the discipline the whole system rests on, so let me tell you why the number is 3 and not any other number. Think about a sentence, a subject, a verb, and a full stop. 3 parts and it means something. Take one away and it's a fragment. Mumbled, unfinished. That's the 1-color outfit, the fade uniform, saying nothing at all. Add 4 more clauses and it becomes a run-on, exhausting to follow. That's the 5-color outfit, the one with the printed blouse, the patterned scarf, the burgundy bag, the tan shoes, and the blue trousers, where the eye jumps around and never settles on your face. 3 colors is a complete sentence. It reads as deliberate, and deliberate is the whole difference between looking dressed and looking put together. Now, one important piece of accounting. Black, white, gray, cream, and denim do count as colors in this system. I know some rules let you treat them as free, but that permission is exactly how a woman ends up in 5 colors while believing she's in 2. Count everything you can see, including your shoes and your bag. Tonight, open your closet, take out the outfit you'd wear to lunch tomorrow, lay it flat on the bed, and count. Most women are genuinely surprised by the number. That's the audit. Rule number 2 makes those 3 colors do actual work. Rule number 2, give each color a job and give it the right amount of room. This is where Korean styling and Western styling diverge, and it's simple enough to do half asleep. Your 3 colors are not equals. They are a base, a frame, and a signal. The base is roughly 60% of what people see, and it's your largest surface, usually your trousers or skirt, plus whatever is underneath everything else. The frame is about 30%, and it's your second layer. The cardigan, the jacket, the blazer, the vest, the piece that runs vertically down both sides of your body. And the signal is the last 10%, one deliberate accent and no more. Picture a room. The base is the wall color, the frame is the furniture, the signal is the one lamp you turn on. Change the wall, and you've changed the whole room. Change the lamp, and you've changed the mood without touching anything else. That's the leverage here. Same trousers, same sweater, different scarf, and it reads as a different outfit entirely. What ruins this is equal thirds. When your 3 colors show up in roughly equal amounts, the eye has no idea what to look at first, and you end up looking busy rather than composed. 60, 30, 10, say it out loud once in front of your closet, and you'll never forget it. And now that your colors have jobs, rule number 3 decides which of them earns the most important position on your entire body. Rule number 3. The color at your collarbone is the only one that touches your face. Choose it accordingly. Everything below your ribcage is decoration. I mean that kindly, and I mean it literally, because nobody looks at your knees while you're talking to them. The color sitting at your neckline is the one doing all the work on your skin, your eyes, your jawline, the softness under your chin. It is the reflector. And here's what most women get wrong. We choose that piece by taste, or by what's clean, or by what hides a stain. Korean styling chooses it by tone, deliberately every time, and it's why a woman there will happily own the same blouse in 4 shades of one family. So the rule is this. Your collarbone color must be a color that flatters your skin, and the other 2 can be anything you like. That's the trade. You get freedom on 60% of your body in exchange for discipline on the 10% that shows in photographs and across a dinner table. If a color you adore does nothing for your face, it doesn't leave your life. It just moves south to your trousers, your skirt, your bag. Nothing gets thrown away here. Things simply get relocated. Which brings us to the piece I flagged at the start. Because you cannot choose a collarbone color until you know your tone, and almost nobody in this country ever finds out. Rule number 4. Do the drape test at your kitchen sink tonight. 10 seconds. This is the home version of what those consultants in Seoul do, and it works because your skin gives an honest answer even when you don't. Stand where the light is natural, near a window, in daylight, and take your makeup off if you can. Or at least your lipstick. Now find 2 pieces of fabric or paper, one warm and one cool. Easiest version in any house. A piece of white printer paper and a piece of cream or ivory paper. Hold each one up under your chin, one at a time, and look at your face. Not the paper. One of them will make your skin look smoother and more even, and the other will pull a faint gray or yellow shadow into your cheeks and under your eyes. The difference is usually subtle for about 2 seconds, and then it becomes impossible to unsee. If crisp white flatters you, you lean cool, Colton, and your best collarbone colors are the ones with blue underneath them. True white, soft gray, navy, charcoal, plum, raspberry, emerald, cool blues. If cream flatters you, you lean warm, Wempton, and your colors have gold underneath. Ivory, camel, olive, rust, coral, warm teal, chocolate brown. There's a second version if you want to confirm it. Lay a gold necklace on one side of your chest and a silver one on the other, in the same daylight, and see which metal makes your skin look lit and which makes it look flat. Whichever answer you get, that's your reflector family, and you now know more about dressing yourself than most women learn in a lifetime. Write it on a note in your phone because you'll want it in a shop. We're 4 rules in, and you've done the hard part. If the drape test surprised you, and it surprises most people, tap the like button so I know. And subscribe if you haven't yet, because the last 3 rules are what turn this knowledge into an outfit. Rule number 5. When in doubt, use one color at 3 depths. This is the most quietly elegant thing in Korean dressing, and it's called tone on tone, tone on tone. Instead of 3 different colors, you take one and use 3 depths of it. Oatmeal, camel, chocolate. Ice blue, mid blue, navy. Soft sage, olive, deep forest. It still obeys the rule, 3 colors, 60-30-10, but because they all belong to one family, they read as a single unbroken column from your shoulders to your shoes. And a column is the most flattering shape in existence for a body over 60. Not because it hides anything, but because it lengthens everything. There's no horizontal line where a contrasting waistband would chop you in half. And here's why it also reads as expensive. Matching is loud and easy, while relating is quiet and looks intentional. 3 depths of one color look like a decision. 3 unrelated colors look like a compromise. If you own nothing else, own one column. A camel trouser, an oatmeal knit, a chocolate loafer, and you can leave the house on your worst morning looking entirely deliberate. Rule number 6. Put your contrast at the top and let it fade downward. Now that you have 3 colors with 3 jobs, the last question is where to put them, and there's a simple principle underneath it. Your outfit should be loudest where you want to be looked at, and quietest where you don't. For a woman over 60, that means the interest belongs up near your face, and the calm belongs at your hips and thighs. So, your lightest or most saturated color, the one from your tone family, goes at the collarbone. The base, the largest and quietest area, goes below the waist. And here's the part that reverses what most of us were taught. Somewhere along the way, we all learned that black on the bottom is slimming, so we wear black trousers with a black top and call it a day. But black at the collarbone is a hard, draining edge against mature skin, and it casts a shadow straight up under the jaw. Keep the black if you love it, and I do too, but move it below your waist and put something with light in it up top. That single swap, black trousers instead of a black top, is the fastest before and after in this entire video, and it costs nothing but a change of order, which leaves 10%, and this is where you get to have fun again. Rule number 7. Spend your 10% where people are already looking. Your signal color is the small, deliberate accent, and there is one rule about placement. Put it near your face or near your hands. A scarf, earrings, a necklace with real color, a cuff, the lining of a jacket that shows when you move, your reading glasses, and yes, those absolutely count. Why hands? Because your hands move constantly while you talk, and moving color reads as energy. Why not the feet? Because a bright shoe alone with nothing echoing it up top drags the eye to the floor, which is exactly the opposite of the vertical we've been building for 6 rules. If you love a colorful shoe, and I hope you do, echo it somewhere near your face and the whole outfit clicks into place. And notice what your 10% is for. It's not decoration. It's the only place in the entire system where your personality gets to speak. The base and the frame are architecture. The signal is you. So if you've spent 15 years in a fade uniform, this is where you come back, in 10% at a time. Now, I promised you 2 more things. First, the colors that break this rule on almost everyone over 60, and I want to be careful here, because there are no forbidden colors, only difficult positions. 3 shades are difficult at the collarbone for nearly every mature complexion. The first is anything muddy and mid-toned, the beiges and taupes that sit at almost exactly the same value as human skin. When a color matches your skin's depth, your face stops being the brightest thing in the picture and starts blending into your chest. Keep them, wear them south. The second is a very yellowed or acid pastel, the ones that look green under indoor light because they pull the same tones out of skin that's already changing. And the third is flat dead black at the neckline, which we just covered, but I'd rather say it twice than have you miss it. Now, the store trick, and this is the only shopping advice you need. Before you take anything to the fitting room, hold the garment up under your chin, right there in the aisle, and find a mirror. 20 seconds. Do not look at the garment. Look at your face. If your skin looks lit, take it to the room. If your skin looks like it does at 4 in the morning, put it back. No matter how much you love the cut, no matter what it costs, no matter that it's your size and the last one. This is the same drape test from Rule 4, done in public, and it will save you more money than every sale you've ever shopped. I want to tell you what happens when a room full of women does this at the same time, because I've watched it now more times than I can count. I run these as workshops sometimes, 20 or so women, all over 60, all holding 2 pieces of paper under their chins in the same daylight. And every single time there's a moment about 3 minutes in when the room goes quiet, and then somebody laughs, usually out of something close to grief, and says some version of the same sentence. I have been wearing the wrong white my entire life, not the wrong style, not the wrong size, the wrong white. And what I love about that moment is what happens next, because they start turning to each other, holding fabric up to a friend's chin, arguing gently about whether she's warm or cool, and every one of them walks out knowing something about herself she'll use for the next 20 years. Nobody bought anything, nobody lost a pound, they just found out which colors were on their side the whole time. So here's what I want you to take from this. You've spent years being told that the sensible thing to do after a certain age is to quiet down, choose the safe thing, wear the color that won't be noticed. And what nobody mentioned is that the beige was never neutral. It was doing something to your face every single day. 3 colors, 3 jobs, and one of them chosen for your skin instead of your habit. That's the whole rule. It costs nothing. It takes 10 seconds at the sink and 1 minute at the closet, and it works on the clothes you already own. So tonight, do the drape test. Then lay tomorrow's outfit on the bed and count. Now I want to hear from you, and this is the comment I look forward to all week. Do the test and tell me below. White or cream? Gold or silver? Warm or cool? And tell me whether it matched what you always assumed about yourself, because half of you are about to find out you've been shopping against your own face for 40 years. Share this with a friend who owns 14 beige tops. Kindly, she'll thank you. And subscribe right now, because next week I'm covering the Japanese proportion rule that makes inexpensive clothes look expensive after 60. And it comes down to a single measurement most women have never heard of. You were never meant to fade. You just needed the right 3 colors. I'll see you next week.